love that plant.
Oh, can you turn this on? Last time we had it on. Matter of fact. Oh, it's okay. It was meant to be there.
So Jacob, what did we talk about on part 1?
So we talked about the marine life. We know Jacob is a cop. But we talked about the marine background and what he liked about it and the process. We just haven't talked about your new job.
I got carried away.
It's
You know,
okay.
just
I mean, it was a
It's
party.
cool
You know what I'm saying? So, so we're going back to you being a police officer.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't remember exactly if I asked you how long you've been doing that.
About 1.5 years now.
A year and a half. Okay. What?
Do you like it?
Yeah.
I love it. It's fun.
Okay.
What's fun about it?
Well, you know, just like solving the puzzle. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of it's fun for like I like the investigating aspect. You know, like
Figure things out.
some random thing will happen, and then I have to find out who did it.
Yeah.
You know, like the other day, this lady. I think she was drunk or something. I don't know, but she went to park at the gas station, and she just drove into the ice machine. I don't know, just drove straight into it.
Oops.
You know, like
Whoops.
you know the thing at the
Sometimes
front
that
where you go,
happens.
like you buy a bag of ice and you go get
Yeah.
a bag of ice out. She just like drove right into it, and then the owner comes out and he's like trying to, you know, like, hey lady, like you hit my ice machine, like come on, let's make a deal here, let's talk about it, whatever, exchange information. And she was just kind of on the phone still and
gosh.
just wouldn't talk to him, and then she just kind of sped off. And lucky for him, he was able to get a picture of the license plate. But you know, like following that, just and that's kind of simple. You got a license plate,
Yeah.
you know? And but then, you know, for that, like I had to. First of all, I had to like I don't have a computer to use unless I go to the office.
Really?
You know what I mean?
So you don't have one in your car?
No
Is that
computer.
special? Cops get that?
What computer? No, it's pretty standard everywhere but where I work.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
I think
Small
that,
town at disadvantage.
yeah, I think they had them for a little bit, and then people were like, cops were like running over people's mailboxes trying to type and drive. You know,
I wonder, did they have
Yeah.
to take a class, like how to type and drive, like
Yeah.
how to text and drive? What if they could just
No.
give us a class on that?
yeah, not a text or type and drive, but I mean they do have classes because these are certain programs.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
have to understand the program.
Programs and stuff. And
But they don't teach how to type and drive?
no, I don't think so.
That's a letdown.
Actually, I think they all say like you're not supposed to type and drive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you're driving and you got to look something
Yeah,
up or look
yeah.
up who's in front of you,
You gotta
that's
do
like
what
that.
you
It's a
do.
really great tool though because, and we're getting it. I say this month. I think we're supposed to be getting computers
Oh,
in cars
cool.
and getting this program. There's this program and it's just like it makes everything so much safer.
Yeah.
Because right now, as it is, all I have is my radio and what they can tell me.
So you have to like say it out. and stuff.
So let's say I pull someone over. I don't know who's in that car. I have no idea whatsoever. All I know is I pulled them over for whatever reason. I call in the license plate, and they'll tell me like, oh, okay, hey, you know, whatever, this car's stolen, whatever, this and that, just little tidbits of information. They might tell me a name, whoever, if I ask them for it, like who's the car registered to. That's all you get, really. And that's just in your ear. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You don't see nothing. And then the same thing with their driver's license. You call that in, they'll tell you like, hey, well, first of all, the license information, and then they'll tell you, hey, is this person wanted?
Yeah.
You know, are they a fugitive from another state, or are they, you know, just Joe Schmo, took out a warrant on for communicating threats, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's something petty. But anyways, they'll tell you if they're wanted for any reason, if there's any a reason already for you to arrest them. You know what I mean? Whether they have warrants or OFA, order for arrest from the courthouse. But the cool thing about computers is, you know, let's say if I had this computer with this certain program I'm talking about, I can I see this car, they run a red light or whatever. I can get behind them, read their license plate, type it in this program, and you can see, it'll pull up like the registered owner, and you get a picture of who they are.
Oh, wow.
You get little cautions. It might say approach with caution. It'll show you like
if they have the gun possession on there.
It'll show you if they're a felon, if they're they have like weapons violations. It'll show you if they're wanted right now or any pending charges they have right now.
Yeah.
All that
and
kind
then, like,
of stuff.
if it's visual, you can kind of scan and
Yeah.
you'll be like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
so before, you know, the cool thing about that is, and it might not even be the same person driving the car that owns it,
Right.
but you get an idea. You can have an idea of what to expect when you walk up to that window. You can say, hey, all right, this registered owner, approach with caution. They got assault on law enforcement charges. They got drug charges. Okay, I already know. You know, these are good things to know.
Yeah.
Right now, I have no that.
Yeah,
I have no way to know any of this, and just I can only just guess.
That's scary.
I don't know. I mean, it is and it ain't. I don't know. Just it can be kind of creepy sometimes, or like you follow your gut. Your gut is like your biggest asset. You know what I mean?
Well, think about how much dangerous situations you get into. Like, what training did you take, to get into this? Because, you know, like, going to the Marines, that was a whole nother process. It was, like, it was grueling, but with being a police officer, what's the process like, training and all that?
Well, you know, you can do it at any community college, really. God, I'm sorry that's going off.
You're supposed to put it on airplane
Okay,
mode.
well, I didn't know.
Is mine on airplane mode?
This is my first internet experience.
Internet experience.
Airplanes. So, yeah, the school, the academy is really cool. I went to one.
I went to
I can't give too many. I don't want to give too many details. I don't know.
But did you go to
it's
a
all
community
public
college
information, anyways, probably.
in town?
No, what about it?
You went to a community college in town, or is it like a class you have to take in community college, or is it something you take on like actual site there?
You go to school.
Yes, I'm saying. Okay.
You go to the college.
Okay.
Okay, I get what you're asking now. Yeah, so for different things like basic law enforcement training, which is what I took, be lit. We yeah.
Blessed.
You can just go to regular community college. The one I went to offered a day class and a night class. The day class was like August to December, and you know it's for the most part 5 days a week, and and then a couple 6 and 7 day weeks where you're coming in on the weekends.
How many hours a week?
From 8 in the morning, and it could be a little bit shorter, or just depend on how the day goes or how big the class is.
Yeah.
It could go from 8 in the morning to, you know, like maybe 4:30, get out early, or it might go from 8 in the morning all the way to, you know, 8 at night, or 12 or whatever. It just depends on what was going on that day, what kind of training was being done.
Because when you say August to December, it makes it sound like a semester.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
like a
is
semester.
Much more than a semester. Like, that's like...
You're there.
You normally take like
intense.
15 hours.
Yeah,
you're
there
doing 50 hours.
40 hours a week minimum.
Yeah.
Even on a light week. Like, you're there 40 hours
That's
a
insane.
week.
So that's like a job itself.
Yeah. And so, you know, a lot of people can't swing that.
Yeah.
So they offer a night class at the one I went to. And the night class is horrific, dude.
Why? Is it the hours?
You got to have some dedication for that, because not only that will start in like March. I don't know. I mean, whenever like the spring semester will start, like they'll start the night school, and it'll be like the end of summer before they graduate. And you're talking 5 days a week, and on the weekends you're coming into class.
Because you gotta imagine you're getting a lot more hours in, and they're having to like make it more partial, so they're just gonna take a little.
And then just depending on the size of the class, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if you have 20 people in the class, and you're doing like the driving course, which I think took the longest, the driver training. Everyone has to wait their turn. It's just you're all there together, and so it just takes forever. But obviously, a lot of people drop out, and they do.
Yeah.
In my class, I think 50% dropped out.
I would have never thought it was that much.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't have the dedication.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons you get dropped out or kicked out. Like I was telling Emily earlier, we had one girl, she Snapchatted herself smoking weed while in the cop academy, while as a student there. She got kicked out.
Idiot.
We had this one girl, she was complaining about her legs hurting too much, and then she just kind of quit within like the third day.
The girl, going back to that, because that is bizarre. So she Snapchat herself. Did she have friends? Did she add people in the
class? Yeah, because like people, they like add each other and talk to each other because they'll do study groups
so
outside of class. Yeah, someone ratted her out. But I mean,
that's so fun.
Yeah, someone ratted her out, which that's a good thing. You got to have integrity.
Yeah,
it's about having integrity.
Yeah,
not that smoking weed even is a big deal or a bad thing nowadays, but
that's the
if you're going to
sacrifice you take.
If you're going to be charging people with it and stuff, you can't be doing it yourself.
No, right. Yeah.
Also, along with that, there's just like a different set of standards that you gotta have, and that's a liability. Like you could, as a cop, you might could get away with it for a while or something, but if something ever major happened.
And you had to,
and you had some of that, you had that stuff in your blood. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Because it goes in your blood a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like,
if they ever did drug test you, it would.
Well, I mean, let's say if someone, if like a policeman smoked a joint, and then like next week had to shoot someone, wound up having to shoot someone for whatever reason, even if it was justified and everything, like they're going to blood test you.
That's
to make sure that your decisions were sound and you weren't like drunk or whatever. They're going to blood test you, see what's in your blood, and if you have like evidence in your blood of like doing any kind of illegal substances and stuff like that, they're going to be like, that's a big deal.
I mean, that's even like at my job. If we get hurt on the job, we're required to do a drug test because obviously I can go and say I'm gonna file workers' comp against you.
Yeah.
And then you were just like too drunk or too stoned or whatever. Like you're supposed to get a drug test immediately after the event. So it's like it's very common everywhere. They want people to like not be able to. It's a liability. It's what it is for
That's
the company.
true, but if for instance, if they did find out if they did a drug test and something came back, would they fire you?
Yes.
On the spot?
They say, yeah. That's what they say.
I mean, us too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They would, but like, I just have a feeling that it's up to the owner's discretion in our case, because you have to imagine my life. Like I'm not imagine in his position. Like people's life are on the line. People depend on his sobriety.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want him. He can't make sound decisions if he's drunk, as he drinks his beer. Not on duty, but people like his sobriety can be a life or death situation for someone. For us, I fucking fell off a ladder and twisted my ankle. That's it. Like that would be. Okay, you hurt yourself, you fucking moron. But it's more. I think it's more about the paperwork of, okay, you can't sue us because you were the dumbass who was stoned before, So I think I've never had it happen at my location personally, but I'm sure that it'll be up to the owner, discretion of the owner or the manager or whoever the direct leader was.
It sucks though that they're not. The thing with alcohol, right? You can tell, and that's the whole thing, right? You can tell. Are you drunk right now?
Yeah.
No. Okay, it's all good. But with weed or lots of other drugs, it's
like you could have done it last week on vacation.
Yeah. So it's just it's not accurate. It's not accurate.
It is. It's flawed. We're not arguing that it's not flawed.
Yeah.
It's definitely flawed.
But
so now you talked about that. I'm trying to think I have so many questions for you because we've never really talked about what it is for you.
How many people do you work with?
Yeah.
What's your team?
Do I work with?
Yeah. What does your team look like? Do you have
What's it called?
camaraderie?
Is it precinct?
No, we're a department. Really, I only work with two other dudes.
Really?
There's 8 total in my department, and that's from the very top, the chief, all the way to the bottom. We have 8 guys.
Are you the very bottom?
No, actually, no. I'll take that back. No, I'm not.
Wow.
I I mean, we're all like the same level.
What's the rank
like,
names like?
Okay, it's like in my department we have a chief. Then we have the lieutenant. And then we have the sergeant, which is my supervisor. Mm-hmm. He's awesome. Love him to death.
He doesn't like the
Oh
lieutenant.
yeah, we need to bring him on the podcast.
Yeah, he is interesting.
I'd love to have
some
him on the
cool.
podcast.
He has a master's in theology, and like he minored in occult sciences.
I know.
Yeah,
We've got to have him on.
Yeah,
Oh
and he
God.
can tell you. He's like an encyclopedia, man. Like he can tell you all this cool like theology stuff and occult stuff and ancient magic like text stuff. Like he reads just like all these like ancient books that like biblical times people wrote, whether they were good or bad and stuff like that. You know, he has books that like brings demons in the house just by being there. You know,
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm talking about.
Maybe we shouldn't bring him in the podcast.
I'm talking about some
I'm not
dark
trying to get
magic
some
shit.
some fucking ghouls in this house.
Yeah.
Like,
He has some like he knows about some like dark magic stuff that is like bad juju. You know what I mean? But he studies it so he can fight. You know, he studies it so he can be armed against it. You know what I mean?
I get you. Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Power
But
of
yeah,
knowledge.
very interesting dude. Like,
So lieutenant.
yeah.
Then your
Chief, lieutenant, sergeant.
Lieutenant, that's what
sergeant.
My sergeant. Yeah, my sergeant. And then there's patrol officer, which is just everybody else. We do have one spot, the detective, and that's not really, I don't know, our department's weird. I don't know, they kind of treat her like they act like she's special, but anyways, I think from what I understand in most departments, and I've only worked in one department, so I don't know. I really don't know what it's like anywhere else.
So you just talk out your ass
any
now.
other experience or any other place or person. But from what I understand, a detective isn't really like a rank kind of thing. They're just kind of like this separate entity that they have this job. They don't really.
They don't fall
they're
within
not
you
in
guys'
charge
rank. They're
of,
just
like,
like
patrol
adjacent to you
dudes.
guys.
Yeah, like kind of just like an island.
Yeah.
Over here on
Yeah.
the rank structure. That's what I understand. That's
pier.
what I was told one time. I don't know. I've done it like a year and a half, so get off my balls on it, you know. I can only speak from my experience, by the way.
Yeah.
I can't speak for any other experience anywhere else.
Same.
I get you.
You know?
I get it.
agree.
I want to, because I don't want to make this podcast like insanely long like usual. So I personally will have one more question for you, and I'm sure Emily probably has one more thing. I just want to know like the most interesting story while you've been on duty. And I mean, okay, I have 2 questions. I'm sorry. I'm going to use 2 questions because this is worth it.
Okay.
First question is the craziest story that you have, but I think I'm more interested to know, like, what is the biggest misconception about your job? Like, what do people believe about your job that is just not true at all? I know I'm sounding like ask Reddit, but
Yeah.
like, what is the biggest misconception of your job, and what is the most interesting like thing that's happened to you on duty?
I mean, it depends on what you think is interesting.
But you know us pretty well, so.
Well,
Yeah,
there's a lot of interesting things that happen all the time. There's funny things.
I don't know. What would you?
Just
What
like weird
genre
things.
are you trying to go into?
You got to be more specific than.
Well,
interesting,
honestly, I feel
you know.
like with Justin, our EMT, we went a little bit more tame.
Okay.
We went a little bit more like PG, more like on the twist side. I would like to know the most gruesome thing you've seen.
The gruesome?
The most gruesome thing you've seen, if you
Gruesome.
have.
I haven't seen anything that gruesome yet.
Or just
No.
something that like just like blew your mind, like something that started off as one thing that just became something else. Because I know that happens a lot in your field. Like you pull somebody over
Yeah.
for like a bad tail light, and they just have like warrants out for their arrest.
Yeah.
You know, you run.
God, I don't know. I got this pedophile dude though.
No
like
way.
that, exactly the same scenario. Pulled him.
Seriously?
His tag light was out, and pulled him over, and he was just like illegal dude trying to give us the fake names and the fake IDs and stuff, and we just saw right through it. So we were able to figure out who he was, and he was on the run. He'd been on the run for a couple of years, running away from some charges for like sexually assaulting little kids and shit.
Oh,
Jeez.
You know what I mean? So, but we got him, put him in
Hell
jail.
yeah.
So that exact scenario you said.
Well,
A couple of funny things, man. Like I've had to fake arrest a guy, my victim. I had to fake arrest my victim one time.
What?
Yeah.
He was testifying.
Well, no. It's okay. So we actually I had a ride along. Oh God, it's the worst time to do it too, because this is such a
That's a real thing.
mind-boggling story. What, ride alongs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it, right?
Yeah.
It depends. A lot of departments because it's a liability.
Yeah, it is.
That one, you're going to waive before you do it. But two, a lot of departments are just like, yeah, we don't want to mess with it. For regular people, like,
You have to have a reason.
you have to be like wanting to see if you
Mhm.
want to be a cop, stuff like that, or be trying to apply there. A lot of departments are that way, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking from my experience.
But yeah.
And then some places they're just like, okay, if you want to do it, come on.
So what's your department like?
We're super unorganized and super informal about everything. So I would say we pretty much only prefer people that want to do the job. But no one ever comes to ask unless they want to do the job.
Yeah.
I mean, true.
So
yeah.
I've never seen anyone that's just like, oh hey, I just want to ride for the fun of it.
Right. And if they did, y'all would probably just be like, okay.
Yeah, we're like, or actually, we might just
do it.
I tell you that we have.
Yeah.
There are some people, because it's a small town, kind of like very community. Everyone knows each other, kind of thing. So there's like some people in town you got to talk to on a regular basis, or like see, or they come up to the police department and just want to hang out because they think like you're BFFs, and you're just like, oh my God, dude, I hate you. Please go away.
I'm paid to be here.
Yeah,
I have to be here.
I do not
You do
want
not.
to talk to you,
Go
bro.
home.
I'm paid to be professional and sit here and like,
Yeah.
I do not want to talk to you. Those people that like to do that, it'd be like 2 a.m. They just like ride up to the police department hoping to see someone there that they can chit chat with.
That's so weird.
Yeah,
So
it
small
happens.
town.
It happens a lot.
Oh, that's
And,
adorable, though.
Those people are always like, a couple times, they try to ask me for a ride along, and I'm like, nah, can't do it.
I
No.
know.
We ain't not.
I wouldn't want to.
Supervisor has to approve it, and then like, okay, well, where's he at? Let me ask him. And then I'm just like, I like text him real quick, please. This guy's gonna
Do
ask you. Do
not.
not let him ride with me. Stuff like that. But anyways, I had to fake arrest a guy, my victim. So I received a call of a disturbance at McDonald's.
There's
Which
always a disturbance.
Mhm.
A disturbance is, what I like about a disturbance is you never know what you're going to get.
Uh-huh.
You never know what's going to happen. It could be just like 2 people arguing. It could be someone mad that the fries come out soggy at McDonald's. Or it could be like this, like the dude had a gun pointed to his head and stuff. So I show up and they told me like, all I heard was, there's a disturbance in the parking lot. A bunch of black dudes arguing in the parking lot. So I show up, I don't see no black dudes in the parking lot, nothing. And so I go inside and I'm trying to ask around, hey, who saw what's going on, why am I here? And there's this dude like pacing around inside the store, like just like very fidgety and frantic. And I asked the employee, I'm like, hey, like, is this one of the people someone called about? And they're like, yeah. So I go over and talk to him. And I'm like, what's going on, brother? Like, why am I here? What's up, man? I'm like, what went down? He's like, man, I ain't no snitch, dawg. I ain't no snitch. I ain't seen nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, no, you're going to tell me what happened. Like, why am I here? You're clearly involved. You clearly saw something. Tell me what happened. And he's like, man, I ain't no snitch. I ain't no snitch. And he starts like nodding his head towards the bathroom. And I'm just not getting it. I'm like, what, you want to like meet in the bathroom or something? He's like, man, I ain't talking no damn police. I don't talk to no damn police. And,
Giving you every I don't
yeah,
talk.
and I'm just like, okay, well, dude, go to the bathroom. We'll talk, man. He's like, man, I don't talk to no police, man. He tried to act all tough, and he walked in the bathroom. And like, as soon as I followed him in, he turned it like, he went from being like so tough and hard to like almost breaking down in tears, man. He was just like, man, oh my God, man, they put a gun in my head, dog. Put a gun in my head. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I'm like, what? Hold up, what do you mean? Like, who did? Who? He's like, man, I don't know who, man. I don't know, my fucking life is in danger, man. They put a gun in my head, dog. I'm like, okay.
What's his
chill.
heart?
No, I'm like, what's up, man? Like, why do you want to talk out there? And he's like, I'm like, he's probably gotten away by now. Like, this whole time you could have told me and I could have chased him down or something. And he's like, man, I can't have everyone see me talking to the police, man. I can't look like a snitch. And I'm like,
Was
man.
he a black guy?
A what?
Was he a black guy?
Yeah.
That's
And
a
I'm
very
just
real
like-
thing.
And I just, what's rare?
Real thing.
Oh, real, yeah.
Because, like, that's a cultural thing. Like,
Um,
snitches, you know, are not.
Oh, dude, everyone in my town's a snitch. It does not matter who they are.
They're not
Anyone,
saving.
criminal underground people, like these, like criminal people, these circles of people, there's no honor among thieves. They're all
Yeah.
They
snitches.
are. That's
You
true.
get them alone, they might not say nothing in front of someone or where they're visible, but like you get them anywhere alone, and they will
In the bathroom at
sing like a
McDonald's.
bird, son.
And they are singing like birds
Yeah.
for the McDoubles.
In the
And-
McDonald's bathroom.
And so this guy, and he's like, man, you gotta get me somewhere safe, man. Like, please take me somewhere safe, man. You gotta take me to my uncle's, man. I'm in danger, dude. They're gonna kill me, man. And I'm like, okay, all right, well, come on, let's go. Just come on out. We get in my car. He's like, man, no, I can't do that. Well, what do you mean? He's like, man, I can't walk out
Yeah,
there
don't
with
look
you
too
like that.
staged.
And I was like, so you're gonna sit here with your life in danger? You're sitting here telling me your life is in danger, but you're too cool for school to be seen walking out and getting in a police car. And he's like, man, no, dude, I ain't no snitch, man. I ain't gonna be looking like that. I'm like,
That's
well,
insane.
what the hell, dude? You want me to just like fake arrest you? He's like, yeah, come on, man, fake arrest me, dude. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, these
The
people,
two
man.
masterminds.
So I put my handcuffs on him, and he we walk out the door. And we were like walking through the McDonald's. He's like, man, put your hands off me! Put your
You
hands
gotta
off
keep
me!
it up.
Fuck the
Yeah.
police, man! Fuck the police! And I'm just like giggling the whole way. I'm like, oh my God, this guy. And so he's just like, you know, just man, I can't believe the police got me, man. The police got me. And so we get out to the car, and I'm just like, okay, dude. And I open the door, and I'm like, all right, get in. He's like, no, man, come on, make it look real. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
This is
What
the
do you mean?
moment
just,
he's
just
been
get in the
waiting for.
car. I'm like, bro, it's been like 10 minutes now. Your guys run away. Get in the car. He's like, come on, man, look, make it look rich. Just like, hey, can you throw me up against a car or something? And I'm like, dude, you think I want to be on CNN? Hell no. Just get in the car. He's like, man, fuck the police. And like he's like trying to act like he was struggling to get in the car, but he just kind of just sat in, and I closed the door, and he's like screaming out the window, man, you done? Police got me. I ain't done nothing. Oh my
We
God.
can't think of
And
half
then-
the scenarios I've seen in that case that were probably fake.
Right.
I mean, it was wild, man.
So
And-
everybody's a snitch.
yeah. In Kenley.
Everybody
In
just
Kenley,
snitches.
if you are within the city limits of Kenley
I'm gonna have to bleep
and
both
you
of
commit
those out.
crimes, you snitch. People snitch.
People
They
snitch. I guess in that general city.
Yeah, I had
General.
I had a common
town.
law robbery.
Yeah.
I had a common law robbery. One of the dudes, he's a frequent flyer, like a regular person to be in trouble in Kenley. The other one, we had no idea who he was. So, you know, I got the first guy. And then the second dude, we were still trying to figure out who it was. We just had no idea. The first one's already in jail. He ain't talking to. So, out in town, like, what happens? I meet this lady. We have a lady named Sweet Pea. That's her nickname, Sweet Pea. Everyone has nicknames, too.
First of all, I know Sweet Pea.
No, you don't.
I swear.
The one in
On
Kinley.
everything I love.
Hold on.
I know Sweet Pea from Kinley.
Because it's, do you know her kids? Is that how?
No. I can't on the podcast talk about
Okay.
how I know Sweet Pea. But it's
Jesus Christ, dude.
Okay, go ahead.
How old is she?
She's well in her ages,
50s
like 50, yeah. I thought she was 60. She
She's
looks about 70.
Hideous, bro. I saw her at the gas station one time, and this was when I was like kind of new, and I hadn't really known her yet. I saw her at the gas station one night, like 2 a.m. or something, and I saw her belly, and I thought this woman was stealing bags of chips.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I thought she had a bunch of little bags of chips up under her shirt because it was so lumpy. Like everything was just like, there's like little, it just looked like the little corners of chip bags poking out. I mean, it was all like lumpy and weird looking. I thought she was selling bags of chips. But then, you know, like I always do, I never accuse anyone of nothing unless I already know they did it.
Guilty, innocent until proven
Yeah,
guilty.
so I took a second look at her stomach and I was like, oh God, that's her actual regular belly. Her belly is that fucking lumpy.
Oh, that's terrible.
But
This
yeah,
woman
she
is-
snitched out this one guy. She snitched him
I
out for
believe
me
it.
over one of those little big ass burgers. A $2, one of those like little $2 sandwiches in the gas station that they have in the refrigerated.
Oh,
Thing on the
God.
Like the
inside.
microwave?
Yeah,
That is so depressing.
one of those $2 sandwiches. You know, I just kind of, I was being a nice guy and kind of just bought her the sandwich. And then after I bought her the sandwich, I was like, oh hey, you know, you remember this guy that did this? You know, do you happen to know his last name? Oh yeah, you know, so and so. All right, thank you.
Snitched out. Okay.
And then, you know what I
For a
mean?
$2
Like,
sandwich. You
yeah.
have some interesting stories for that small
Oh,
town.
dude.
Man, listen. Misconceptions, though.
See,
Misconception.
let me say, I like the fact that he works for a small town because I'm sure it operates totally differently. I mean, I'm sure
From big
I'm
cities,
sure in
yeah.
big cities they have the same type of thing.
To
Oh,
a
yeah.
larger scale, probably.
Yeah, but it's cool that you really do get to like be immersed in the community and get to know
It's-
people who
Yeah,
live
yeah.
there.
You become a part of the community. You'll learn the same people. And the thing is, you know, like in a small town like that, we deal with, typically, I think there's probably about 50 people out of the whole town of like 2,000, whatever. I don't know how many lives there.
People.
There's literally like 50 people that you deal with every day or week
That's insane.
as a law enforcement, like some kind of law
Just
enforcement
the
interaction.
criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Criminals,
just
yeah,
these people,
reoccurring
they don't work. They
customers.
refuse to work. Absolutely downright refuse to get a job.
Okay.
They live off like government money, and they just go around
Doing
town.
illegal.
They just spend their entire days and nights going back and forth to the gas station. Literally, like you'll see people the same person go to the gas station 12 times in one day.
Oh, man.
And that's, they're going there for anything to like buy drugs, to buy talkies, to do whatever, just all day. That's what they do all day and night. That is their life. Is going to the gas station, just driving around little spots in town, drive to the library, sit in the parking lot, use the Wi-Fi. Yeah, yeah. You'll drive by the library at like 3 a.m. and there's you got people. You have someone sitting in the parking lot using the Wi-Fi.
I've done that
Yeah.
before.
I've done that before myself. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. There's no
Yeah.
service
You
in
don't
that
have
area.
Wi-Fi
We
in
know
your
it has
house.
service.
Jeez.
I mean, it's just there really is like a hidden life in a town. It's
You're
wild
paying
because
attention.
most people, all your like regular decent people, I believe in a caste system now. Most of your decent people,
Believe in the gas.
yeah, most of your decent people, and they don't know this life in a town because
Right.
what happens? They wake up, they go to work, they leave town and go to work, and then they come back to town. They might run to the grocery store, do whatever,
Yeah.
or they might do something on the weekend in town, whatever.
They have
But
no
I
reason
mean,
to see this.
they'll never know about this life, like the actual life force of the town, because you know they leave in the morning for work, come back in the afternoon, and then they're at home until they go to sleep. So like they're not
That's crazy.
they don't see the actual day-to-day life in town and what really goes on. As a cop, my job is to constantly observe everything that happens in the town. You know, so you just kind of figure out like the baseline behavior of the town. You'll meet these characters. I always think of it as like a Grand Theft Auto. You know, where you have like the
I knew he was playing video
strangers.
game. Yeah.
Well, you know, like the strangers and like there's the little question marks.
Yeah.
You don't know who you're going to meet, and like,
Yeah.
there's like a mission or something. It's like that, like these strangers and freaks,
Yeah.
characters or whatever. There's all these people in town like that like you'll be driving and they flag you down, and then all of a sudden you're walking through the woods looking for someone's keys. I don't know. You're looking for a lost dog. You're
Let me tell you,
You're looking for a bad
Sweet Pea
guy.
is definitely a GTA character. GTA 5. Okay?
I can't believe you know her like that's incredible.
Everybody knows her
that's
apparently.
wild.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but
She's
she's been around
popular.
from town
When
to
you find
town
out
to
how I know her,
town.
you're gonna be disgusted.
Oh,
Not by me.
What?
I know somebody that's done business with her.
Probably a bunch of people have. A lot of
Yeah,
people have.
it's weird.
She's kind of like a broker right now. I don't know what she's really doing right now.
I don't know what Sweet Pea is doing right now.
We've been
Probably drugs.
we've been keeping them kind of like, you know, just kind of keeping them on their heels, good lately.
It was good. You've been on her ass.
Yeah, but yeah, for a while there, yeah, she likes to be like a broker. You know, she don't like explicitly sell the drugs herself, but she'll like set up the deals between other
Yeah.
people. You know what I
Third,
mean?
third
Kind of like
person.
a middleman, kind of like
wow.
like, oh, you come to me saying you want some hydro pills or whatever.
She knows the person.
She
who's
knows the
got
person to get it
them.
from, and then she'll kind of like
Um.
broker the deal for a small fee if she can get one of the pills or something. I don't know. Just
Yeah, yeah.
Stuff
That's
like
cool.
Yeah, it's
That.
it's a good business.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
But yeah, what was that? I forgot what I was talking about.
About
yeah,
the I don't know
the
about
misconceptions. Yeah, you wanted to know about misconceptions. Well, first of all, we don't have quotas. There's no quota for tickets.
Okay.
However-
I always say that.
However,
Just
your
gotta
productivity is based off. You know what I mean? You're judged off.
So if
of-
you're giving 0 tickets, obviously
Yeah.
that's a problem.
Yeah. There's no quota. There's no magic number to meet or anything for us, but it is like you will be compared to everybody else. And they'll say, okay, wait, why is this asshat only wrote 2 tickets this year, and it's July, and why is this guy wrote like 50? You know. Yeah. So like, there's no quota. That little myth. Misconception or whatever.
The top 3 misconceptions.
Top
I wanna
3.
go top 3.
She
So
loves
that's not
numbers.
number 1. I
Yeah,
love
oh,
numbers. Countdowns.
Okay, 3.
Would that be one of the 3? Like the biggest ones? It's like we don't have quotas.
No, I don't know. I don't know if that's a misconception. It's just
That is a
myth.
misconception because I
I'm
thought
just trying to. I'm just saying. Yeah, that's a pretty light one, I guess. I'd say most cops are good people.
Mm-hmm.
Just like through and through, they're good people.
Mhm.
You
Honest.
know. Yeah. They're just like doing a job, man. You know what I mean? Like, no cop is like out to get other people or out to fuck other people over or nothing.
that you work with. Right?
Yeah.
Because
Like, you know, like my supervisor kind of taught me, you know, like, I don't write, like, let's say if I'm going to write tickets and stuff or do like traffic enforcement, I do my best not to write tickets that cost people actual money. You know what I mean? Like, I try not to do that. I try to write them for other things, like lesser things that are, like your license plate being out. They ain't gonna cost you no money. You literally just go get it fixed and go show the court people, hey, here's
that's
my paper,
true.
and they're like, all right, throw
As
it in
long
the
as
trash.
you get it fixed, it's like
Yeah,
thrown out.
Yeah.
it doesn't cost you anything, stuff like that, because I don't like fucking with people.
Yeah.
With their money, decent people, good people.
Mhm.
Now these people that like don't like refuse to work and stuff like that. Oh, screw them all day, dude. I despise them. But yeah, that's weird. I don't know. I don't know what misconceptions. I don't know. What's the misconception you think? I can set it straight because now that I'm on the other side of the fence,
that is true.
I've kind of forgotten like
what everyone else is looking at.
Yeah, what they're all looking at.
I've always had not even a theory, but I've just heard a lot of people note that a lot of cops get into the position because of their like egos and like they want to just be above people more. It's like a what is it, a complex?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a complex that they have.
Okay.
Like, have you run into anybody with that kind of complex where like they were like they're saying where like bullies
there's definitely people
end up
like
being
that.
cops. Okay.
There's definitely people like that in the job. However, I don't know if that's why they wanted a job or whatever. I think it's kind of pretty easy. I think it can become very easy for someone to fall into that pattern.
Yeah.
I think management's
especially
the same way.
No, that is true because you're over people.
Yeah, I've seen people who it seems like they enjoy getting on other people.
Yeah.
In whatever
somewhere,
business.
Like somewhere like where I work, a small town. A lot of things. It's very, like I told you earlier, it's very unorganized, like informal.
Yeah.
Everything's very informal. Not too much like organization. It's very easy to just like, I think for someone to get comfortable with that and being able to, kind of do things that would definitely get them fucking fired in a heartbeat anywhere else.
Yeah,
any other place with any respect would fire them immediately.
Yeah.
But they get kind of comfortable and they can be a bully sometimes. I know someone like that.
We got someone like that.
And I hate his guts. I hate the guy. I do not want to work anytime that he's even on the clock because I do not want to be associated with anything that guy's name is on.
Yeah.
I don't trust him. I don't like him. I don't like the way he handles things. Yeah.
I got a question about misconceptions.
What's up?
I want to know how frequent gun violence, like just shootings in general, are. Like, do you actually come across that often where you're like, this is discretion now where maybe they've got a gun and it's actually dangerous in that situation for you and you think, shit, am I going to have a shootout? And I want to know, this is basically from movies, like, do you chase people down in your car? Like, do people try, when you try to pull someone over, do they fucking not pull over? You gotta chase them
that
down?
happens, man. I got in, like 3 my first year. Within my first year and a half of being here, which is my only year and a half so far. I've been in like 4 chases, participated in like 4 chases.
Did you get them?
Every one of them.
How'd you find them?
We don't let them get away, man. Like, not in Kinley. Like, other departments have no chase policies.
Why? Oh, because it's dangerous.
It's political. It's dangerous.
I mean, it is
a lot
dangerous.
of political stuff.
Oh,
it's
okay.
very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
And that's why a part of me hates chases so bad, because I know I'm putting my life at major risk driving over 100 miles an hour or whatever. I know I'm putting my life at a major risk. Yeah.
I mean,
people.
children walking.
But I mean, I'm just saying,
You're on a
like,
highway, though.
I think only one chase went above 100. The other 3 were kind of like short distances. Yeah, like during residential streets. But like, what I love chases. They're fun. You get the adrenaline. Like, you get to have fun. You get to pull out your gun when you get out.
Oh God.
When you get done with it.
That's crazy
with
how
the
many
chase
you got
part.
into.
That's all fun and cool. But on the other hand, I'm like, hold up. Do I really want to have an accident and fucking come paralyzed because this asshole just decided not to pull over for whatever reason? Or maybe he stole something and was trying to run. Like, if he just stole this like little thing, do I really... I think about, like, man, is it really worth it for me to be like paralyzed from the waist down because I wrecked into a tree or some shit? chasing a guy who just stole like some copper wire.
Yeah.
More risk
You
than
know,
reward.
And that always runs through my head. But then also, you know, like, I love the chase. It's fun.
Yeah, it's
You
an
know,
adrenaline rush.
You're driving fast. You're playing on the radio. You know, it's really cool. That part's really fun.
Talk of the week.
You're talking about gun stuff. No, I've never felt like I was going to be shot or had to get in a shootout. Generally, most people are pretty compliant. For the most part, everyone's
lucky.
pretty compliant. Even if they have guns, I think most people know better. You just have like that small, teeniest, tiniest, minute percent of fucking retards that will like.
I don't even think it's people that are retards. I think it's just people who just want to die. Because obviously you're gonna die.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no different outcome. When you shoot at a police officer, their orders are to shoot to kill. Like, no person is going to be shot at and just be like, I'm gonna die for this fucking criminal. Like, no, you have a family to get home to. Like, you have a reason to live, and this person obviously doesn't want to live. No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? So they just are probably mentally unstable, or they want to die. Like, that's just what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. They just, people are stupid. They, for some reason, they want to do that sometimes. I haven't had to deal with that though. Like I said, I pulled out my gun on a few people, but that was only for, you know, that's just standard protocol, man. Like, if someone runs from the cops, well, then whenever that chase ends, that's a felony stop now. You know, so it's not like, oh, hey, let me walk up to the window. Hey, boy, you need to slow it down. I wish you didn't run, but here you go.
No, yeah.
You know, it's, you're pulling out your gun. You don't know what's on their mind, what they're doing, whatever. So, you know, it's like, all right, fuck face, get out the car now. You know, and that's, yeah. But,
yeah. Fuck face.
Oh, dude, man, I cuss a storm out of someone. if someone pisses me off, like, it makes me do some, like, dangerous shit, like chasing them, you know, all up and down the roads at 100 miles.
Not cool.
I'm not going to filter what I say to them.
No.
I will insult them every step of the way as I'm, you know, professionally doing what I got to do.
I've seen that on cops where, like, officers are nice and then they'll jet off and they'll be like, why the fuck did you do that? Like, why the fuck would you do that? And he's just like, I have a family to get home to. Because the guy's like, like, get the gun out. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. He's like, you were hurting me when you were fucking running. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's the way it is, man. I had one guy, and God, this was so embarrassing because I already handcuffed him and everything, had him in the car, and he ran away. He got on his feet. Like, I showed up to
his hands cuffed?
Yeah, I showed up to a party because they were having a party, and this guy apparently got in an argument and was threatening to shoot someone and go to his car and get a gun, shoot someone, whatever. And I show up, and just everyone's acting all out. You know, and they reported like, hey, you know, we're having this big domestic. There's like 12 people involved at this house, and I'm the only one working.
Oh, God.
And so I had to show up to the situation, you know, with guns involved. 12 people arguing. It's a domestic, which is like the worst, most dangerous call for you to go on because everyone's so much more emotionally charged. So I have 12 people, a domestic, and a gun, and like guns involved. And well, that's what they told me on the radio. And anyway, so they're like, "Oh, hey, well, while you're heading over to this house, you're alone, right? You know, do you want some backup?" And I was like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah.
You know, I want to see what's going on when I get there, but like 12 people, you make it sound pretty grim.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get some people out here then. And I get there, and it was these people and stuff, and I kind of find the main issue, the main guy that was the problem, and I go ahead and put him in handcuffs and everything, and I set him in my car, and then I find out that he's got warrants for running from cops.
Oh my God.
And so I have him handcuffed and sit in my car, and I just like, I don't know, and I tell the other cops that showed up, like the county deputies, they showed up to help me, And they're like, "Hey man, you good? Is everything good now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, look, you guys can go ahead and go. I'm just gonna. I got this guy arrested now. I'm gonna ask a few more questions before I take him to jail." And they said, "All right." So they leave, and then so I turned like an idiot. I was new. What can I say? I was like 2 months into this job now, and you always, if you have a prisoner like that, you're supposed to have someone watching them at all times. Well, I just turned my back to the car, and I walk over to the yard and start talking to people, trying to figure out, hey, where's the gun at? I was talking about, and they just kept talking to me. No one ever said anything, but then I got a spidey sense that said, hey, turn around, and I turn around and look, and the car door is wide open, and he is running, just like sprinting down the street with his handcuffs on behind him, and so I had to chase after him.
On foot?
Yeah, on foot. And so I'm chasing after him. And I didn't have all my stuff set up quite right yet because I'm still new. So my radio bounces out of my... And it's nighttime. It's nighttime. I'm like, with all these crackhead people. My radio bounces out of my belt. My nightstick bounces out of my belt. My badge falls off my shirt, like comes undone, comes off my shirt, laying in the street. My flashlight goes somewhere.
How?
It just all bounced up. Well, my flashlight was in my back pocket, and it just kind of, I reckon my buns tightened up and pushed it out when I was running.
I like that.
But just everything,
funny.
just like everything just starts falling off.
Yeah.
And I'm running, I'm like, okay, well, I'm right behind this guy. Do I keep chasing him? I don't have a radio. I don't have a flashlight. I'm chasing this guy into the dark. My police car is cranked up.
Yeah.
My police car is running with the doors wide open in front of all these crackhead people. I was like, okay, well, now's the time. I need to turn around, find my radio and flashlight, and then I need to go get in my car or secure my car and continue searching for this guy after that. After I've handled all that business. So that's what I do. I get back in the car and I've had to make like the most embarrassing call on the radio.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm like, hey, can you guys please send back
Come
these
back.
deputies? Just go ahead and send them back. My dude ran away in the handcuffs, and it was so embarrassing.
Did they ever find him?
Yeah, I found him.
What?
I found his ass, boy. Mm-hmm.
You got back in the car and
Well, yeah. So the deputies all come back to town. My boss, I called him and I'm like, hey, sir. I woke him up and I was just like,
messed up.
I'm just letting you know I fucked up. I'm trying to fix it now. I'm trying to find this guy. He's like, okay, well, I'll be there in a minute. Cause he lives in town, so he'll come out for anything anyways. And then like the guy who's relieving me come to town because he was coming in to start his shift. And so we're just all going around town looking for this guy. And then finally I see at the Methodist church, they got like a little courtyard area. And I was thinking, you know what, that's a good place to hide. It's pretty dark in there. So I pull up and I go back in there and sure enough, he's hiding in there and he takes off again, boy. But so he runs out of the church courtyard and he trips over the curb in the street.
Oh God, in his hands.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I loved it. And he so he kind of he trips and then he gets back up and runs again. And
Dude, was he on drugs?
No, I think he might have been a little drunk, but he was fast. His nickname was Lil Fish. And
Little fish.
finally, like, so I catch up to him. He crosses the street. I catch up to him, and like a little pussy, he just like lays on the ground. Okay, you got me. You got me. And dude, like I wanted to, you want to beat these people so bad, like, oh, you fucking embarrassed me, dude.
Yeah.
And I wanted to beat on him so bad, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
You're a professional. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And so I just like grab him by the belt.
You weren't being.
I carried him like
being heavy-handed though. You were like.
I carried him like a suitcase over to the car. And we get to the car, and all I can say is just he didn't want to get in the car. And so, we assisted him in, and, he struggled a lot, and he kept bumping his head trying to get in the car, He didn't want to get in the car, and we're trying to help him in and make sure he got in, and he kept bumping his head on the car, on the door frame. I don't know.
Dramatic as fuck.
But, some people choose that life. They like to make it difficult for themselves.
I'm sorry, I had a coughing fit in my throat.
Oh, no, that's cool.
It's like, that last little bit of sickness. It's just trying to come out. I'm sorry.
Alright, you wanna finish this up real quick?
I got another question.
Yeah, what's up,
This
man?
is not as interesting, but I want to know. I've heard that one of the major misconceptions is there's loads of paperwork. Is that true or not so much? Well, like, are you ever like sitting out in an office with a stack of reports and you have to kind of fill in all these reports and shit?
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta report everything. You gotta document everything, stuff like that, or most things.
That's so
Mostly
varied, dude.
It's not hard paperwork though.
Okay.
I mean, the job is literally designed for someone with a GED. It's fill in the blanks for the most part. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like, you apprehended name. When
Yeah.
you fill in the name.
yeah, I mean, just like, you write the narrative, what happened, everything else is fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
What sucks is, like, we do other people's jobs for them. You know what I mean? Like, fixing these felony case files and stuff. So, like, when I have a felony case, used to, it was the district attorney's job, the attorney's office, district attorney's office or whatever. Used to, apparently, it was like their job to gather all the paperwork together and to make the case file all nice and neat and pretty and have it ready for court and stuff. Like, they would get all of our information, everything they needed from us, and then they would do all this stuff. But now they're like, oh wait, you should all do that. So we're doing, like, if you do like have a felony case or whatever, you're doing all these people's work. Like, you're putting everything just like right there together for them. There's no way they can miss it. You know?
Yeah.
And so I mean, there's a lot of paperwork in that sense, but it's not hard paperwork.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy that it's paperwork and car chases. You know what I mean? And just chatting
That's
with people.
what.
It's like there's a lot to it. There's a lot of different things.
If you have a lot of fun, you're gonna have to write about it. And that's pretty much how it goes.
You don't have to write about it?
You do have to write about it. If you're gonna have fun, you're gonna have to write about it.
Yeah. And
Like,
anything
if
worth
you get in a
it, you can write
chase,
about
oh
it.
my god, yeah, you gotta write down what happened and all this and that. Then you got to do all the charges, and because he's an asshole and ran, so you got to charge him with every little teeny tiny thing you can find in the book that you charge him with.
But if it's just like a speeding ticket, it's pretty simple. The
Yeah, a
paperwork.
speeding ticket is just a ticket.
Yeah.
You literally fill out the little...
That's
ticket.
it. That's all the
That's the
paperwork.
No, we have to do these, like, to make sure you're not racist forms. It's like a SBI, state traffic report, something. Basically, it's this paper that asks, for every traffic stop you do, you have to fill it out, and it asks you, okay, what's their race? What's the race of all the people in there, and the age, and what time of day, where was it at, what for? Did you arrest the person? Did you give them a warning? Did you search them? You know, why'd you search them? You know, it's just stuff like that, and that's really annoying. I don't know. It's just extra stuff you have to do. That's why I'm annoyed by it. So, but I mean, yeah, it's not really that much paperwork.
Would you recommend the job?
Oh yeah, I would.
Cool.
Like,
What do you think the main thing, like, what kind of person, or what, like, attributes do you think?
what attributes?
Would you say, like, makes a good cop? Because you have to be,
Integrity.
Yeah.
Integrity. That's the biggest one. That is the biggest one. You have to be able to do the right thing when no one's looking. Be able to do the right thing when you know you can get away with, doing the wrong thing.
Right.
Integrity.
Is there any way to? I mean, we hear about all these cases where cops aren't being honest and stuff, and people say, "Oh, we need more training and stuff like that." But is there any way to make sure that a cop does have integrity, or is it you're just gonna get some bad guys whenever you?
Most I'd say like everyone, generally everyone has integrity.
Right.
Of course, you got some bad apples. You're
Yeah.
always gonna have a bad apple somewhere. But I think the type of people who are attracted to the job already have the attributes
Huh. That's
for the
interesting.
most part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.